We start, though, with a new era in Formula One. Seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton today realised a lifelong dream by driving in the red of Ferrari for the first time at their iconic base in Maranello. Well, this was the first glimpse of Hamilton in the Ferrari colours. The Brit has been driving in a Ferrari car for the first time today since his high-profile move from Mercedes, which was announced on February the 1st last year, deadline day, funnily enough. Now, the car he drove was the 2023 car, which is the most recent he's permitted to drive under F1's testing restrictions. Ferrari will launch their 2025 car on the 19th of February. Teammate Charles Leclerc will be out this afternoon. Yeah, fans voicing their excitement there. And despite the session being behind closed doors, there was no stopping them getting a glimpse of their new hero. Hopes are high amongst the spectators.
In January, I never seen a lot of people like today.
We are so happy for his coming to Ferrari, and we are hoping for the best season possible.
Seven-time world champion. In Ferrari, after all the things he done for the sport, it's unique.
Let's go live to their iconic base in Maranello. We can join our F1 reporter Craig Slater. Craig, good to see you. I mean, it's already an iconic partnership after just one day. What is the importance of today's session?
Well, it is important. I mean, it's important for the fans and to drive a rapport between them and Lewis Hamilton. And look at the turnout we have here today. We've got maybe still 1,500 fans still in attendance, even though Lewis has finished his running for the day. And when you compare that to Sebastian Vettel's debut in similar circumstances a few years ago, he had a few dozen fans that turned out to see him. So in that sense, it has ticked the box. But importantly for Lewis, he has driven Mercedes power throughout his career. So when he put on those red overalls today, and didn't he look spectacular in them, you have to say, he was getting into a Ferrari-powered F1 car for the first time. And he would have learned a little bit, even if this is a 2023 car. He might have learned a little bit about how the brakes work, which will transfer to this year's machinery as well. He'll have been able to familiarise himself with the steering wheel in earnest. He has driven the simulator already. He might make one or two tweaks to how his seat felt, because that will carry over more or less into the new equipment as well. But there's so little time now to test these cars that it's important that the experience today will be debriefed, and those debriefs themselves and the relationships Lewis will begin to foster and understand how people take it at Ferrari, not least with Riccardo Adami, who'll be his race engineer this year. They need to know how to communicate with each other, and all that work will start today. And there were quite lengthy debrief sessions as well. So it's small steps, but this could be a title-winning year for Hamilton, so he needs to get up to speed as fast as he can.
And Craig, how big a challenge is it for Hamilton to gain the upper hand over teammate Charles Leclerc?
Well, in one sense, it feels a little bit of a mismatch, the tale of the tape, doesn't it, on paper between himself and Leclerc. Lewis is 40 years of age now, 105 race victories, 104 pole positions, 7 championships. Charles Leclerc doesn't have one. He's won a few Grand Prix, but he has been at this team for 6 seasons now. He's well connected here as well. His manager, Nicolas Todt, is the son of the legendary Ferrari team principal, Jean Todt. His younger brother is on the driver program as well. And you just wonder, when you look at how Lewis interacted today, though, they do have this cult, people will tell you, around Ferrari, that they're like Il Grande Uomo. They like the big man. They congregate around the individual that brings the charisma and leadership to the team. And the way the fans here rallied around Lewis Hamilton and responded to him when he came out to greet them at the end of the session today, it almost gave the sense that he feels he may be the team leader already, but I think particularly on Saturdays and in qualifying, that challenge that Lewis found last year against George Russell, it might even get tougher this year because Charles Leclerc is arguably the best qualifier in F1. Surely that's an area Lewis will have to address if he's to gain the upper hand on Leclerc this year and spearhead that Ferrari title bid. But it's fascinating to think how that intra-team battle will go. This is what one Tifosi had to say about that.
I don't know. In my opinion, maybe Charles is a little bit faster on the qualifying lap, and then on the race, maybe Lewis have a little bit more experience to manage all the race, and for sure depend also with the feeling with the team, all the pit stops, and everything that the world around us.
If he got the 8th title finally at Ferrari, would it be the greatest story ever in Formula One?
Yes. The 8th title of Lewis here in Ferrari and overtake Schumi on the world title record should be interesting, but also for Charles, it should be a good opportunity to write his name on the World Championship.
So that's one supporter's take on this. But Lewis will drive the 23 car again in a few days in Barcelona. His first opportunity with this year's car will be the day after that F1 launch on the 18th of February. But what a strong team Ferrari have now. Just pipped by McLaren, the constructors' standings last year. Will it be Ferrari's year this year? Yes, it will. That's the verdict from here, at least.
Brilliant stuff, Craig. Thank you very much.